just wanted to do a comparison video between these four styles of mowers and brands. Kate and I own a lawn care company, a mowing company. This is my third year doing this, and I've tried out a bunch of different kinds of mowers. Wright, Toro, Scag, stand on, sit down, push mowers, a bunch of stuff. Trying to figure out what's best. So I think I pretty much know what's best, at least for me now. This is your one. Starting with push mowers, obviously good for backyards. So this is my Scag SFC 30, commercial grade push mower. I bought it new a year ago, and it's been fine. I'm not super happy with it. I'm not super frustrated about it, but it is not the right pick for me. It was $3,000, all things included. Maybe $3,300 with tax, I don't remember, somewhere around there. I would say if you have $3,000 and you're wanting to get a backyard mower, definitely just go with a used 36-inch stand-on. I heard a lot of bad things about 36-inch stand-ons. I thought they didn't hold hills well, and that was the main one. They just don't hold hills well, which is true. However, at least with my grades, it's not really a problem. If you ever have a really crazy grade, you can always just weed eat it, and the client will usually understand. I've never had an issue with that. So it's got a Kohler, I don't know the horsepower or anything, and the engine's been fine. The air filter is easy to change. You literally just pop those, and it's right here, pre-filter, air filter. Everything's easy maintenance wise. It's very good. Right here is a mechanical clutch, pull it back, the blades engage, and the bottom lever is your drive. Unlike residential push mowers, it doesn't have a safety bar you have to hold down, so you don't have to be messing with anything on here to keep the engine idling. And the best part about the commercial grade mowers is you can start it up and transport it without having the blades on, so that makes it really easy to load it up on trailers, and transporting it to the backyard is great. The deck height is like a regular commercial grade mower. You take this lever, push it, pull the pin, and put it in whatever quarter inch increment that you want. Lower it down and you're good to go. The other feature is the casters, which allow you to turn just without having to pick it up every time. You can just turn. It's weighted okay to where you could do that. The casters are nice. You definitely will use them if you get them. Power wise, it's fine. Cut quality, very good. It stripes really well. The biggest downside is the weight of the mower. It's way too heavy. The other massive downside with this mower, and I'm sure Scag is fixing this, but it's been a huge issue. There's actually two main issues, but the biggest one for me has been the wheels are made of plastic and it's not strong enough. So the spokes, I might have a picture, the spokes will break out where the bearing is. It'll break the spokes and you have to replace the wheel. Oh, the other thing was the deck drive system was recalled, but it was a few $100 and it was warranty. So I got mine done. When I took it in, they did it for free. It took them like a day. So yeah, that's the Scag SFC 30. Here's the operator view. So you have your throttle here, parking brake, deck drive blades, and your self-propel. The parking brake is a nice feature. However, it is completely pointless. When I picked this up brand new, the parking brake was already broken. So I asked them to fix it. They tightened it or did something and it worked for like a week and then it broke. So literally the parking brake's on, I can just pull it straight down this hill. So nice feature, however, it's not because it's pointless. So it doesn't matter if it's on or off, although if it's on, it won't let you pull this lever up. So anyways, to start it, obviously you just throw it up to choke, pull it, put it down to like this little notch here. This little notch here is your blade engage speed, RPM. So you can like have it lower, but your blade should be running at this RPM. You can also bump it up a bit if you're in really thick stuff, but they want you to run it right here. So anyways, choke it, pull it. Obviously, turn the blades on. And then to move it, you just pull this lever. That's it. 42-inch Wright fixed deck stand-on mower. This is a pretty old model. This is a 2002. It has 865 hours on it. It was owned by a homeowner for its whole life, as far as I know. And it's in really good shape, but it is very old. So that's really the biggest downside with this one. With it being an old mower, the things that's going to be bad about it is it's not going to be as great as of a design in general. The cut quality is not anywhere near as good as either of these three mowers. This is the newest mower, and this actually doesn't even have the best cut quality. But this is by far the worst. I mean, I've found that I have to like literally double cut, go across one way and then across another way every single yard. And you may think, oh, that's because the deck is not leveled or something like that. I've looked into it. It's not because of that. I have the blades aligned and everything. It just does not cut very well. Stripe's okay, cut's okay. It's fine. It's just not super great. The other thing with it being old is the engine is just going to have less power, because the newer models, the newer they are, the more power they put in general. So this is a 12.5 horse, 12.5, maybe up to like, maybe it's 17.5. Whatever it is, I think it might be 17.5. That's not great, especially for a 42-inch. I have a 36-inch Wright fixed deck that has 18.5. So with this width of deck, you really need more power. You're bogging down constantly. Yeah. The other thing with it being old is it's just going to be slower. However, these things are tanks. Okay, so the upside, this is a fixed deck mower. It is just it's just insanely durable. So you can just smash it into whatever you want and nothing's gonna break. Literally, this thing has been smashed in, the side of the deck has been smashed in to the point where it was making contact with the blade, and all I did was had to take a big crescent wrench and just bend it back out, and it ran fine. So you can smash it into stuff. The things that are gonna break is your spindles. I had to replace one spindle, obviously belts, stuff like that. But as far as the general durability of the thing, it just goes. There's not complicated deck leveling or lifting things. Everything's just bolted, and it's just easy, very easy to access everything, very simple. That's the benefit of a fixed deck, is it just goes and goes and goes. You can smash it into curbs, smash it into whatever. So if you're doing small yards that all have different heights, that's gonna suck. I've heard of people saying, sorry, we only take yards if we cut them at 4 inches. To me, that sounds crazy. I've had like 70 clients right now. I would never do that. I would never say that we can just cut it at 4 inches, but that's one option. So yeah, but it's just simple. It just goes. The belts are all just level, so you just set them up as level, and they never have to like on these belts, the adjustable deck, as the deck goes down, the belt with this Toro has to, like the belt at the bottom of the crankshaft doesn't move, but the deck does. So then the belt has that angle, has to be able to angle like that, and that wears them out quicker. So the belts just last forever. Everything just lasts, it just goes. That's the main thing. Very durable. This fuel tank is a new one because the previous owner slashed it open. So it has a fuel gauge, but the original one did not have a fuel gauge. Pretty much it. Let's talk about the controls. Another thing with the older models is this pad is like half the length, and instead they had this bar here, whereas you come over to the John Deere, for example, and Scag and Wright and everything, they have a much bigger pad where your knees can actually rest on there. On here, your knees just barely hit the bottom, and this pad is just a shin blaster. When you're sitting right here, your shins hit this. I literally, when I was using this every day, had bruises on my shins, and my bones on my shins in that specific spot got stronger because it's smashed against that so much. So that's one downside. Another thing, this platform is no suspension. It just has a safety switch in it, so it is a bit of a rougher ride. So that's one thing to consider with the older ones. But as for the controls, same as pretty much every stand-on. You got your blades, you got your key, choke, throttle, hour meter. The Wright has quad levers. These are called quad levers, where it's a single bar in the middle and then 2 sets of drive levers that are connected like this. I've used everything, Scag, Wright, Toro. They're pretty once you get used to it, everything's pretty natural. People, I think, say it's hard to go back and forth from different models. I disagree. I think it's pretty easy. I think everything's pretty natural. Yeah, I mean, they each have upsides. I would say I maybe lean towards liking the quad levers slightly more than single style levers, but it doesn't really matter according to me. You also have your parking brake here, right there. Parking brake has to be on to start it, but once it's started, you can put the parking brake off, drive around, step off, and as long as the blades are off, the mower will keep running. So you can do, if you're blowing off a sidewalk or something, just step right off while it's running, blow off, step back on and go. That's one good thing about the quad levers, is when you're stepping back on, you can just boom, you're right there. Your hand is right here. Instead of having to go in and then going, you just boom right as you're walking up. So I'll go ahead and do a little demonstration. Bit of a rough start there, but that's normal idling. Throw the parking brake down, I'll throttle up and drive around a bit. So that's the Wright. This is my Toro Z-Master 3000 series. I believe it's a 2015, 2016, somewhere around there. It's a sit-down commercial grade lawnmower. So the mower in general, just a review. This is the first mower I ever bought, ever. I got it when I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't realize stand-ons were better. I'll talk about that later. Stand-ons are better, pretty much, in my opinion, across the board. But if you compare, for example, an old stand-on to a new Toro, I would still go with this one because of the increased quality. It's not more durable, but it has way more power, it's way faster, and the cut quality. So this mower, I literally would be cutting yards and people would complain about the cut quality. They're like, what the heck? I got this after this one. And they're like, what happened? Your Toro had such good cut quality. So I prefer to I mean, you have to have a good cut quality. At least with my clients, they're expecting it. So that's why I would choose this over an old stand-on. However, personally, as far as operating the mower, the stand-on is superior, even though this one's way slower than this one, has way less power. The actual operation is far superior. Regardless, I'll get into that later. Just for the Toro, it's been an outstanding mower. Outstanding sit-down mower. Has a lot of power. It goes 10.5 miles an hour, which is pretty fast. For mowing speeds, it's plenty fast. Has 23.5 horsepower for 48-inch deck. Contrast that with stand-ons. This one right here, this John Deere, has 23.5 horsepower for 52. So it's got more power per inch. Tons of cutting power. I've spent a lot of time on this machine, hundreds of hours, and I've compared it obviously to a bunch of different brands, a bunch of different styles. It's a very good machine. I like it. It's been good. The best part about this machine is the cut quality. Out of literally every mower I've tried, it still has, every mower I've owned or tried, it still has the greatest cut quality. It stripes a good amount, not anything like a Scag. Like a Scag stripes like really aggressively, if that makes sense. So they popped more with the Scag, but this is just a perfectly level, clean cut. Perfect. Toro, in my experience, does have the best cut quality. But that's about the only thing that it's the greatest at. Some people will, I mean, yeah, that's just my opinion. The best thing is the cut quality, better than any other mower. But yeah, as far as the stand-ons, the operator platform is behind instead of in between the wheels. There's that. Anyways, that's the only thing with Toros. Probably won't get another Toro. They're expensive, and I don't particularly like the stand-on Toros. Maybe I would consider an X-Mark between the wheel because it has the between the wheel platform, but I do not really prefer grandstands. I've ridden them a couple times. I prefer the Wright style and Scag style of stand-on mowers. One nice thing about this particular mower is the deck is a floating deck. However, it's very strong, so you can use this as a step really easily to get up here. The seat is very, very comfortable. However, it's not a suspension seat, so it does blow up your back. But the seat is very comfortable. It's extremely ergonomically correct. Your elbows sit at the right place. If you have to pick up trash as you're going, you can sort of pull up the side, lift this, and I can actually reach down and grab a piece of trash while I'm driving, throw it in here, throw this back down, and go. So that's one quick thing. The other thing, this roll bar, sometimes you can hit branches with this. You can put it down from the seat by pulling these things out, pulling these pins out, like that, setting it down. You can't put it up from the seat, but you can put it down. So that's another nice feature. The other good thing about sit-down mowers, honestly, this is the greatest. This is, in my opinion, the only thing that's superior with a sit-down mower other than power would be the pedal deck lift. So with a stand-on, in order to raise the deck, you got to reach your hand down and pull the lever, which means you got to take your hand, one hand off the controls and try to do it with one hand. You could be driving along with this, and all of a sudden you realize at the last second you're about to hit a root, and you can throw that up with your foot. You can basically rest your foot right here to be ready to throw it up at any time. That really, really helps a lot. That's another downside of a fixed deck. If you come up on a root or something, there is nothing you can do to float or anything above a root, stick, whatever you're gonna hit. All right, let's talk about the controls. So this is from the operator's platform. Here's the little control panel. Nice thing about this Toro is it has all your safeties on here. So every mower has a set of safeties in order to have it auto shut off if you accidentally trip one or it's not sensing it, or also it won't even let you start it if they're not all four triggered. So I don't know why, there it goes. So all four are triggered. For example, if I put down my parking brake, all of a sudden we lost that safety. So it lets you know. It's actually really nice for quick diagnosis. A lot of times you have a PTO switch go off or out and you can't, you don't know what's going on with the mower. It just won't start, it just clicks. So in order to move, we have to first throw our parking brake off, then we can bring our levers in, and now we're ready to go. We're in neutral right now, so as soon as you bring these in, you can actually start rolling. So you have to be ready to control it. Obviously, it's just like any zero turn. You push them forward, you go forward, blah, blah, blah. It's a zero turn, it's good, it's fun, it's nice, whatever. The engine is a Kawasaki FX651V. Air filter, obviously this little thing can catch debris and stuff, needs to be cleaned out, but yeah, it's just a commercial grade mower engine. It works great, it's reliable, it works. As long as you change your oil, you'll be good to go. Little oil change tube is nice. Just bring this bad boy down here, and then you can route it wherever you want to change your oil. Very nice, very quick. You change a lot of oil on commercial grade mowers. So this is my John Deere 652R. This is by far my newest mower. I just picked it up recently. I like it a lot so far. I've also had experience with other stand-ons with the adjustable deck and new stand-ons and stuff. So I have experience driving mowers like these. However, this specific model is new to me. It's a 2020 model. It has a Kawasaki something, 23.5 horsepower. Same horsepower as this, slightly different engine. Same filter, everything's similar, it's just slightly different. Same amount of oil and stuff. Yeah, I mean, it's just a good mower. I mean, there's not a whole lot to say after I've talked for so long about all the other ones. It's a 52 inch. This is basically just the ideal. This is gonna be ideal for every situation. You can get a fixed deck. Some people prefer those for the durability. I don't. I like to have the adjustability. So if you have unlimited money, I would say get one of these. I paid $4,200 for this. You can get away with $4,000. You get a really nice stand-on mower that's going to be great for your business or for personal, but this is good for business. So talking about the controls, you got your suspension platform, which is really nice. Isolates you from all those big bumps. Your deck height adjust is down here. I don't like that, but whatever. It's just how John Deere does it. I don't know why. I wish it was up here, but whatever. Just have to get off. It's a little annoying, but still better than a fixed deck. Here's your controls: throttle, choke, PTO, key, hour meter. This one has 1,060 hours. Parking brake here, just throw it down like that, and you're off. That's your controls. Nice and bouncy. Got your fuel gauge to let down the deck. Pull this thing, it's been finicky lately, but you pull it down like that, deck's down to get it up, you just wait for the click. Wow, that was weird. Anyways, wait for the click and then it goes. I was having trouble doing that, but anyways, start her up, give her some choke.